Yeah, it's been good. It's great to be in a new environment. Meeting some new players and like I said, new staff and new club. It's been good. Really positive. So far, it's only been a couple of days out there at the moment, but we've just been focused on some core skill and just getting the fundamentals right. Unfortunately, we don't have the full squad at our disposal at the moment, with so many being involved in the World Cup and a couple of the overseas players, still getting their visas sorted. So hopefully they'll be joining us in the next sort of 2 to 3 weeks. But yeah, so far it's been great. I think it's been a real positive vibe around the place. It's great to see smiles on the faces of the players. I think they seem to be refreshed after their break and excited about working with the new staff and the new players that will be coming on board. So, so far my impression has been a positive one. A lot of good energy. I think Steve Price is from the start pretty much laid down the law about what he expects from the players, the core values that he adheres to throughout the club, and his mantra, and it's now down to those players to buy into that. But so far, it's been a good start the first couple of days. Yeah, look, the facilities are great, fantastic from the S&C point of view with the gym. You've got the indoor barn there, of course, that you can do some skill work in, and there's pitch and everything's on one site. So that's the great thing about the Padgate campus is you've got everything on the one site. You're not having to drive off to a gym or drive off to other field facilities and things like that. So the players have got a great team room to go and chill out in, and they've got the chefs there that feed. They've got everything there for them. So there's no excuses from a performance point of view. We've got everything we need. There's always things we can look to improve and make better with our facilities, but we're certainly very blessed compared to a lot of other Super League clubs to have the access to the facilities that we have at our disposal. So there shouldn't be any complaints from the performance department there. Yeah, we do. It's great. I mean, I'm a big advocate of the international game, so I think it's great that we've got so many players representing not just England but other nations as well throughout the World Cup. I think it's a credit to our club and to the talent that we have at our disposal. I think it's fantastic. It's a shame we don't get to all work with them now. A World Cup year is always tricky, with so many players who are involved unavailable early for pre-season, and it probably doesn't help too when you've got a new chain of command, a new head coach, and a lot of new performance staff and new players coming in. In an ideal world, you'd love to have your whole squad ready to go from the start, but it's not meant to be, and that's just another challenge that we're going to be faced with. But hey, we're used to facing adversity in rugby league, so I'm sure we'll overcome that. But yeah, like you said, it's great to have so many involved, and we should be proud of that as a club. But no, very much looking forward to those guys coming back into the fold. But so far, we've started training with a smaller group. There's been 14 of the boys there, but we've invited 4 academy players that we've identified as having potential, and I think that's fantastic. And that's one thing Steve's passionate about, is developing the youth as well as I am. I'm big on that. I think the future of our club is our kids, and I think the board of directors recognise that as well. So there's a lot of support for our youth here, which is great. And it's great to see those 4 young guys getting an opportunity now. They'll train with us up to Christmas, and then they'll feed back into the academy program. So I'm hoping that they will get a lot from that experience. They'll not only get the opportunity to work with some of the talented first team players that we've got at our disposal, but I think it will start to bridge those links between the first team and the youth setup, which probably needs to strengthen a little bit from where it was at. So I think it's a good step, a good move from Steve to invite those guys in. Also myself and Lee Breers will get the opportunity to work with the scholarship in the academy as well. So again, forging those links. So we start to get that whole club approach, whole club feel, as opposed to first team and the youth, which I think again is really important that we get that legacy in place. So at the moment we've had 2 days already on the training field, and so far Steve's impressed me. His attention to detail on the field has been excellent. It's great to see the players with smiles on faces. They look refreshed, and there's a real positive energy around the place at the moment. So I'm hoping that will continue, and as we start to bring more bodies in the next couple of weeks, I know there'll be players joining us next week and the week after and the week after. It just keeps lifting it, and you grow and grow, and then we get ourselves into our pre-season campaign in January. But our main focus at the moment, Rachel, is just this 6-week block, just getting the fundamentals right. You know, Steve's obviously assessing the players, assessing his staff. We're all sort of getting to know each other, but all obviously very determined to work hard and make improvements and be better in what we do. And that's our standards. That's what we deliver on the field, off the field, and hopefully come Christmas time, we'll get a well-earned rest, obviously with a game in between against Widnes, but then get ourselves ready for that next phase, which is after Christmas.